everybody, and welcome back to the 90th minute, our first podcast of 2021. Thank God.
Wow.
2020 is in here. Liam is not with us tonight, or today, whenever you're listening to this. He's at work. Don't worry, I don't think we're going to cover the old firm. Since he's not here, he uploaded his review on our TikTok, Instagram, so go check that out if you want Liam's thoughts on the old firm. But before we get into the world of football, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that fun stuff. It really helps us out. Go check out our social medias, Instagram. I mean, you probably know TikTok already, but Instagram is doing well. We'd like to have some love there, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well. Of course, if you are new to the podcast, I am Waz, that's Lucas, Matt, and Greg, and we're your hosts for this podcast, so yes. And thank you to everyone who's listening on the audio apps. Shout out to you guys. You guys don't get enough credit from us, I feel, so shout out to you guys. Thank you for your time. Anyways, yes, so we're going to start off with the Premier League as we always do. Should we start with the Sunday matches, January 3rd? Also, we do have the midweek games we should kind of cover as well. So yeah, there's a lot of football going on this week, Jesus.
Yeah, I think we should start with the big matchup today.
Chelsea, Man City.
Yeah, it was a huge result. Manchester City got a 3-1 victory. Let's discuss it.
So I'll let you guys take the floor on this one, as I didn't really get to watch much of it.
We know. We know.
I watched the last 15 minutes of it. So.
Oh, you couldn't have joined for the last 15 minutes? Dick.
No, I didn't have pants on.
I mean, you couldn't be wearing. You could not be wearing pants right now. I wouldn't know. Fuck, I might not be wearing pants right now. Full disclaimer.
Anyways, let's you guys get to the match. Explain what happened, your thoughts, and.
Well, it actually started off looking like it was pretty good for Chelsea. They're actually, in the first few minutes of the game, they're creating chances, getting pressure over Manchester City, and then it all just kind of went to shit. That might be the way to say it, right? Like, I don't know, they just kind of fell apart.
Yeah, Manchester City kept winning. Well, we're winning the ball, counter-attacking City, and then passing the ball quickly. Great movement of plays by them. And we saw Gundogan receive the pass on the top of the box. Nice churn and shot to the bottom right corner. And it was 1-0 quite early in the match. And it just kept on coming. More mistakes by Chelsea. Their defenders were, it seemed like, in 6s and 7s. And Foden scored the second one. And then, for some reason, they only had one guy back while they had a free kick. And N'Golo Kante kicks it into the box, which he doesn't do it too well. And it's just him back there, and Raheem Sterling is already ahead of him, and he goes on a breakaway. You think, okay, 1-on-1, he should score, but Raheem Sterling overcomplicates it. Tries to go around Mendy, doesn't work. Tries to go the other way, doesn't really work yet. Then tries to shoot, hits the post, but then De Bruyne's there and scores, and it's 3-0 at halftime. Matt, it's not looking good for Chelsea at this point.
That's some wonderful color commentary. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't work. Tried again. Nope.
That basically is what happened, though, with Sterling there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Sterling was just having a fuck about.
I did see the third goal. It was a little bit interesting. Like, you think he'd score on the breakaway, but he tries to look to open up his teammates a little bit. But yeah,
if he did slot it when he hit the post, that was a nice shot, honestly.
But no, that was really schoolboy defending from Chelsea there on that last goal. I think it was one of the analysts that said after the match, it was like U10's defending right there. It's
They were in Mayday mode, man. They were just throwing shit wherever the fuck they could throw it. They were like,
and honestly, like from the stat line, it looks like in that span of 20 minutes, Man City just went for the jugular. It's like, we're back, bitches. Yeah, we were off form. Let's show you what we're made of.
They're coming back to show that Manchester is indeed still blue. And will forever onwards be that way.
Probably not.
I mean,
we'll get to that later.
Or wait for the end of the season.
Basically, the second half, not really much happened. Yeah, second half, not really much happened until the 90th minute where Callum Hudson-Odoi did score to make it 3-1.
I have got an assist, man. Big things incoming. Big things.
Yeah, and then lots of people complaining about Werner today. I guess Chelsea's attack, they're just not enough support for their players when they get forward, and it's frustrating to watch, I guess, if you're a Chelsea supporter, as a lot of the time it seems like there's not really a plan.
That entire game as a Chelsea supporter must have been hell. Like, nothing seemed to go right for them, honestly.
How's your dad, Matt?
How's my dad? I haven't talked to him since the game ended. I'm assuming not good.
And
but
if you guys don't know, Matt's dad's a big Chelsea supporter, so he just had to face a disappointment when he saw the scoreline. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he tuned in at halftime because he came back from the old house and the zone wasn't working. And I turned it on for him, and I was like, I won't turn that on for you. I'll let you do that yourself. And he turned it on while I was still up there, and I'd never seen a man look so defeated in my life. It was sad. Like, how's it 3-0? I'm like, you guys fucking suck. Bye, Brad.
They scored 3 goals. That's why it's 3.
Pretty quickly. So.
I just they didn't score more. There's
So,
a silver lining to everything.
Yeah.
They
So
won the
let's,
second half. Chelsea won the second half. Good for them.
Didn't win the match though, and someone's job is on the line now. Is Frank gonna get sacked?
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
A report came out that Chelsea, if he doesn't turn it around pretty soon here, he's gonna be getting sacked. So
Well, in the press conference, Mr. Frank Lampard, he seemed very kind of confident post presser. He's like, they're like, oh, do you think you can turn this around? Well, we went 18 games undefeated, so I think we have what it takes. We're just morale's a little low, but we can turn it around. And this happens to every club in football. He's like, I've been there before when I was playing. We'll find a way.
The thing is, though, with Chelsea, whenever they play a team in the top half of the table, it seems like they rarely ever get a good result. Whenever they play that undefeated streak this season, that was against majority of time the teams in the bottom half of the table, especially the victories. So there's a lot of problems there. Players aren't gelling, and not enough players are really improving under Frank Lampard. There are a few, but at the moment there haven't been enough. I think Chelsea in the past, they've been very hammer heavy on manager departures, and they this is the club that sacked Ancelotti in the tunnel.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be surprising if he gets sacked by them.
That's the thing with Chelsea, though. They're not afraid to sack any manager. If they're not hitting those targets immediately, you're gone. And I can see that happening. It's just with Frank Lampard, it's like, he knows the club. Are they going to keep him for a little bit more? Are they going to give him more time just because he's a club legend, right?
He got fourth last. Yeah, he got Champions League last season with no transfers and just came in. He honestly did pretty good. So I think sacking him right now is pretty harsh. But
they spent $250 million pounds this summer transfer window.
Then again, he's also, I think, apparently has like one of the worst winning percentages as a Chelsea manager out there. So it's not good. I honestly can see Frank being one of the first of the big club managers to get sacked. I know we're talking about Arteta, but Arteta's clearly starting to turn things a little bit around.
And yeah, you mentioned that was Chelsea are only 3 points ahead of Arsenal right now. We mentioned that in the live stream, and Arsenal's start to this season was the worst in 40 years for them, and them being only 3 points behind Chelsea, who spent that much in the transfer window, and it's just not good.
The thing is, I'll give Kai Havertz a little bit of leeway because he had he had COVID and it affected him severely. But Timo Werner, on the other hand, he needs to be scoring these chances. He needs to be Chelsea's big game player right now, and he's not doing it. Like we talk about kind of like how players need to adjust. Well, Timo Werner, I think for his experience, he should be starting. Like he's had great chances. I don't know how he's not converting them. Like Jesus.
They should start Giroud, man. Cut the losses. Put the GOAT back in the lineup.
Yeah, the striker that Frank didn't really want.
It's his best striker. It's unfortunate but
Right, but I think we should move on from that. Let us know your thoughts about Chelsea down in the comments, or message us on Instagram or on Twitter or whatever. But we will move on. Who do you guys want to talk about next?
We can do the Leicester game. That was today anyways.
Leicester City did get a 2-1 victory over Newcastle. 2 great goals by Leicester. Maddison and Tielemans, especially Tielemans' strike from outside the box. Incredible.
I mean, Madison's goal wasn't that bad either, to be honest.
When Leicester played United, I think, last week, they looked pretty good. Was it last week? No. Oh my god, there's been so many matches recently, but
I think
when United did play
Saturday.
Leicester recently, they did look pretty good on the counter, of course. Their players are great. I think Yuri Tielemans is finally starting to show what he's made of. He's really transitioning into a top player.
I agree.
I'd give him 2 more years before he's sold.
Madison is also honestly just class this season so far since coming back from his injury. And Jamie Vardy's always Jamie Vardy. Leicester just has a good squad that I think people don't talk about as much. And honestly, they're up there in the title contenders right now.
Then again, Newcastle, for some, it's tough to score against them. But they haven't had the greatest run of form in Newcastle in general. I think they're definitely going to be looking towards relegation. They're one of those teams where, I don't know, it's like they play that hard style of football that's kind of tough to break them down. But they don't score much. They don't create much, Newcastle. Well, what do you guys make of them right now?
Well, they get goal scoring from Big Andy Carroll, so...
That's so shocking.
We'll see if they can beat Sheffield next.
That's their issue. The goal scoring just doesn't come.
I feel like as long as they have Joe Linton, I feel like they have potential to pocket a few goals. So I don't think
Nah, man, come on.
I was wondering when the laughing was going to break out there.
He's being a bit too serious right now.
No, they suck.
I'm trying to look at Newcastle's results recently, and it's not pretty. They haven't painted themselves a nice picture. No. Oh God.
Like, I don't know what people really expected out of Bruce. It doesn't help that two of their best players are still not available for selection right now, which isn't ideal. That's Lo Cells and Saint Maximin. But I do want to give a shout out to Fofana on Leicester. Just turned 20 last month in December. Comes to the Premier League, is already having incredible performances at center back for them, and it's like they don't even miss Soyuncu.
And the thing is, a lot of people are already putting Fofana in their Premier League team of the season.
I think
that's how much of an impact he's had.
I think he definitely should be considered for that right now. He's been great for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Justin's been very good.
Oh, yeah.
Either on the left or the right for Leicester, considering how good Ricardo Pereira is. And so, they really needed someone to step up and help them out there.
I think Leicester, in general, have been good this year, and I can definitely see them getting top four, honestly, this year. I can see them locking down a place 4th or 3rd. Second, the whole top four is up for grabs for anyone at the moment, it seems.
The thing with Leicester is, I think they just have so much quality throughout their entire team. Very good keeper. The defense is really solid right now. I really like their midfield and their attack. Of course, Jamie Vardy, Harvey Barnes, James Maddison. Right, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll move on from that. It's time for a different London club, the one that we mentioned earlier, Arsenal, who got a big 4-0 victory over West Brom, and is another club that's showing how to score against West Brom, or win against West Brom. Incredible. But
except Liverpool.
Yes, that's my point.
Oh,
God. But a good performance by Arsenal. West Brom just weren't able to keep up with the likes of Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Lacazette. Great combination play by them. Tierney's first goal.
Kieran Tierney. That goal was... As a left back on your right foot, that was brilliant. Just to get around 2 players and put it on your right and curl it, it was brilliant.
So before the Chelsea win that they had, Arsenal were just very boring to watch. Frying pan type football. Go from one side, go backwards, go to the other side, try to cross it in, doesn't work, try it again, pass it backwards. Not good stuff to watch, really, and it wasn't effective either. Just look at the results. They bring in a guy who has a bit of creativity in him, Smith-Rowe. Still young, played well for Huddersfield last season in the Championship, and this guy's got something to him. He adds something different to Arsenal, and Saka is performing incredibly for them right now. He had a fantastic match.
That second goal was absolutely world class, honestly. It was just a well created goal that if you saw Arsenal do that a few weeks ago, you'd been like, what the hell just happened? But
even Lacazette's back to scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost as if Lacazette and Aubameyang just switch roles. One's doing the other job. It's just weird. But credit to Arsenal. They're starting to really turn things around. 3 wins in a row against Chelsea, Brighton, and now West Brom. Clearly, beating West Brom isn't the toughest challenge in the world. But
for some clubs,
for some
it's a little bit more difficult.
But I just want to mention.
I
saw some memes with Lacazette and Aubameyang. The Ronaldo the Switch commercial.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
people just memeing with Lacazette and Aubameyang with that, but really, I think Lacazette in this current form works well in Arsenal at the striker role because at least with Smith-Rowe and Saka, they combine well with each other. Lacazette's kind of pretty good at holding up the play. and he's becoming less selfish, which is good because it allows, I don't know, other players to get into spaces and get opportunities. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. What I didn't like was when Willian came on and gave the ball away pretty easily.
Yeah, Willian's just been I don't think anything underwhelming is the right word for him. He's just been pretty bad for Arsenal. Yeah, there you go, Greg. Sorry, Mr. Willian. It hasn't been panning out for you. Yeah.
One thing to say about Arsenal right now, though, this is without Aubameyang actually scoring. Imagine him actually coming back to his last season scoring.
Right now, Arsenal's plan is just to kind of keep moving up the table, get back into maybe that fighting for a top 6 position or a Europa League position. They're in 11th now. They got Crystal Palace coming up next. I think they will beat Crystal Palace. I mean, Crystal Palace have been awful this year. So, yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, it wasn't, even though they were down in 15th or wherever they were, it wasn't like it was that big of a gap. Because all the teams are dropping points. It's not like usual seasons where the top 6 or top 7 is just so much higher up.
Let's be real here. This has been the most unusual Premier League season in a while. So, I mean, maybe since the Leicester season, and with COVID and no fans in the stadium, it's just so tough on some teams. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the table ends up shaping at the end of the year. I mean, yeah,
100%. I agree.
Well, how do you think it'll shape up, Woz?
I'll leave my comments for that later.
Oh my god!
But
it's not what you think, though.
Do we see anything happening to West Brom though? Do we see any hope for them?
Not really. I thought they had some life. I thought they could maybe dig themselves out a bit, but.
Well, let's go to the other team that's extremely struggling, and just quickly, in Crystal Palace beat Sheffield United 2-0, and
this team's going down.
It's just not looking good for
Sheffield
United or West Brom.
100% going down. They're screwed.
Great goal by Eze though.
That was very nice.
It just seems like if you have Sheffield United on your schedule, it's just three free points right there. It's just the state of the club at the moment. So, yeah.
What?
Didn't you draw Sheffield United?
Yeah, it was like 4th game of the season, though. That was before we were actually starting to do good, so shut up.
Okay, fair enough. I apologize.
Well, unfortunately,
yeah, you drew West Brom, we beat West Brom. What are you saying?
I can't respond.
Well, unfortunately,
with that.
yes. Fulham has yet to play recently just due to COVID, so we can't really comment on how they're doing. Greg's club.
Yeah. So, but let's quickly touch
better
on
than Sheffield.
Okay, let's quickly touch on
What'd you
Brighton
say, Matt?
versus Wolves because that was a barn burner of a match. 3-3 result.
3-3.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to catch most of it, but
I watched the first half because I want Brighton to lose. And well, they started off with honestly, it was Aaron Connolly scored, and Patricio should have done better there. But then Wolves come back with 3 quick goals. Adama will look good this game, at least in the first half. I didn't catch the second half. So, anyways, they go into halftime 3-1 up, and Brighton do get an early penalty, which changes it instantly, which Neil Maupay scores. And then late on, big man Lewis Dunk scores a header.
Lewis Dunk's on a scoring spree right now. So
Dan Burn had a stinker. He scored an own goal, of course, and gave away the penalty where he tripped up Adama, and yeah, it was not looking good for him.
I saw the last 15 minutes, so I missed all the goals. But well, from what I know, is Brighton were getting forward quite well, but I think Wolves were gonna try to settle with a 3-3 draw. Well, actually, no, Wolves had a great chance at the end of the match. Actually, now that I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. The American Otasovi, I think his name is, got a free header last second of the game and heads it over the bar, not the ball, and he just sat in the net for like 5 minutes after the game.
Yeah, it was literally the last touch of the game. So
I don't know if either side is happy with just a draw in this match, especially Brighton, who need both Brighton and Wolves need 3 points to just propel themselves up the table.
Is this say that Wolves rely on Raul Jimenez a lot? Like the results that's been happening to them and everything? Like how much, or at least like how much are they missing him right now?
I mean, they're definitely missing him. I mean, when you miss a top goal scorer like him and you have to rely on an 18-year-old, then it's gonna be tough for your team.
Yeah, no Podence as well. He's been honestly class this season too. So.
Yeah, I don't know how much COVID has affected Wolves this year. They're not in the best form. Unfortunately, over the past week they got pretty unlucky. Lost to United, I'll be honest. So they were pretty good. They look exciting going forward. The results are not going their way. They're not converting the chances that they're creating. It's simple as that. What do you guys think right now as well? Any final thoughts?
No, I kind of agree with that. I like Wolves' team, but the results just aren't happening.
I think both sides are good. Like Brighton, they just underperform a lot with expected goals. Like they're expected to score so many more goals than they actually produce.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's a problem that gets solved within the second half of the season. And I'm excited to see Jakub Moder come into the club and hopefully get a spot for himself in the first team. He's a Polish midfielder from Lech Poznan.
Ooh, I'm excited to watch that then.
Sorry, I don't want Brighton to turn it around. Sorry.
Fair enough, Greg. Right now, Wolves are sitting in 13th, while Brighton is in 17th. Yeah, fair enough, Greg. What are the other matches we have to cover right now?
Leeds United lost 3-0 to Spurs.
Ooh, yikes.
Now, before this match, there's some controversy surrounding Spurs, especially players like Lo Celso and Regullion, who got cancelled.
Can someone explain to me what happened? 'Cause I saw them delivering apologies on social media.
They went to a party.
I'm surprised Reggie was even on the fucking bench for this game, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I saw that.
I'm surprised Jose Mourinho didn't sell his ass dead there. No way.
Jose Mourinho heard that Regullion will be Home Alone for Christmas. No, not the movie film, but Home Alone. And
he made a whole post saying he was Home Alone. The guy was just him and his so artsy white tree, because the green ones, I guess, are fucking just past it. They're past it. And he took a picture of it, him posing, clearly not Home Alone, because someone took this picture. And he's like, yeah, Home Alone. And then goes to a fucking party. Yeah. After Jose Mourinho drops off a goddamn pig. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's just messed up. Is he gonna start a game anytime soon?
Let me tell you, man. If I was the manager of Tottenham, his ass would be grass, bro. Grass. That guy wouldn't see the subs bench ever again. Let alone the fucking starting line. Screw him.
Well, for Spurs, at least it didn't cost them because they did win 3-0. I thought before the penalty that was given in the 29th minute, I thought Leeds looked really good going forward, getting into Spurs' final third quite quickly and often. Just never really able to get a strong shot on net. Or like Bamford, he got a couple chances that were just soft.
Until the result, Leeds, once again, in their very wonky form, where they'll smash one team one week and then get smashed by another. It's like,
I mean,
pick a side, man.
Well, they're playing against top sides here.
Not wrong, but
I don't think anyone thought they were gonna smash Tottenham. So
yeah.
I was just saying, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son both got another goal and an assist. So
yeah, they were working really well together in that game, like always. The dynamic duo.
Harry Kane now has double digits in goals and assists now this season, which is incredible. But what you were saying earlier was about Leeds, like one being wonky and stuff. Their big bad results are against teams that are better than them, and they play it in a style that leaves them quite open, especially on the counterattack. So that's gonna cost them, especially when the levels to them aren't equal. And I'd rather watch a side like Leeds than a side like Burnley.
Yeah,
I mean, it works against Liverpool.
Yeah, like sometimes it's gonna work for Leeds, where they're gonna smash teams like West Brom. They smashed Aston Villa earlier this season. They smashed, but then it's not gonna work other times where they lose badly to United and Spurs. I don't think that's a fault on Marcelo Bielsa or Leeds United. They just got promoted from the Championship, and sometimes they're gonna compete with a big team, but sometimes it's gonna end up like this. Here.
They're doing a little bit better than the other folk that got promoted with them, so credit to Leeds. I think it's just sometimes the expectations on Leeds are so high because of the way they play, the Bielsa ball, and all that fun stuff. It's just, yeah. I think the expectations with Leeds are a little bit too high.
A little bit, but that's okay.
Sorry, Greg. Maybe your manager can take some notes from Bielsa.
We haven't played the past 2 games.
That's true. I mean,
some start forfeiting, bro. Just, you know what? Fuck. Just drop the prem. It's okay. You guys are gonna get relegated anyways.
No, Fulham can fight.
Yeah, we got Manchester United coming up soon.
Ooh.
No, I don't think that's gonna be a good time for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
But Spurs, they do get a deserved victory. Doherty does get a red card at the end. But let's move on. Waz, just go ahead.
What? Wait, what did I say? It was just.
Am I allowed to mute my mic for this one?
All I'm gonna say is that we got a bit lucky in the game, without a doubt. But it's 3 points is 3 points. We'll take it. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I like to have a little fun with you, Lucas. Just kind of like saying, 21 is coming, and all that fun stuff. But realistically, I'm like, okay, we're second. Let's
to
relax.
Those who weren't in the live stream, let me tell you what Waz texted me. So, United made a signing of this teenager called Amad Diallo, and he texts me, "Don't be mad when Diallo scores his first hat-trick versus Liverpool."
I mean, I think Liverpool are used to having United youngsters score against you, so I'm just saying. But I'm kidding, of course. I'm just trying to have some friendly banter. I don't know how. I mean, there's a lot of hype around Amad Diallo right now, and I heard somebody was saying they were comparing him to like Messi in the training pitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
When the fuck did they do that? Huh? Let me
What?
tell you, I haven't heard about this kid literally until Lucas said Ahmad. That's literally the comment is the first thing I heard about this kid.
Like, I hear
Apparently, you guys splashed a
promising,
shit
but,
ton of money.
like, he's literally barely played any senior football yet.
There's like Ollie wants him in the squad as soon as possible, and then Atalanta's like, no, we want to keep him on loan for a bit, man. He's so good. And like, apparently, I don't know what the hell.
Like, shit, man. I'd rather just go get Mukoku.
It's
Trust
like,
that kid.
jeez.
Okay, so
We'll see how he is. I don't really know much about him, but back to the match. Yeah, Aston Villa actually played pretty damn well. I thought it was pretty toe to toe. Grealish was class in my opinion. I think it was great. El Ghazi had created some good chances. De Gea saved her ass. Eric Bailly saved her ass at the end there. But those are the kind of results.
He was great.
Yeah, he's if he can stay healthy, he can be key for us
And
going
Paul
forward.
Pogba, what a match by him. That
Oh
was,
yes, he had
That's
an
what I was gonna
amazing
say.
game. I forgot to mention. Like, jeez.
This defensive game of him. Like
Yeah.
like I said in the stream, I only saw a glimpse of this match, but every time I saw it, like Pogba was doing something fantastic. Honestly,
Yeah, dude, he's trying to secure that fucking transfer, man.
Well, yeah, he was playing
I
well
told you this was
defensively, winning the ball back. He was creating chances, creating space for his teammates.
there was a
getting
time where he kept the ball
forward.
in his chest for a few seconds, which
Yeah.
was pretty funny.
It was a great game from Paul Pogba and certain players, of course. Martial finally scored. Wan-Bissaka's cross actually works.
I mean, that was,
Apparently.
I think that was more Mings' fault than one.
I feel like that's more
Yeah.
luck than anything else. So
I don't really know what happened in the first goal for Villa. I don't know how.
Well,
Traore
Wan-Bissaka
just got-
decides to try to block the free kick instead of getting back into his position.
Yeah.
So instead, that leaves the whole right side of the pitch wide open to Grealish, who can take on the United defense and find crosses like he was doing the whole game. And he finds Traore, who gets the goal. But a criticism I do have with United, despite them being good in defense and Harry Maguire actually being good recently, my problem with them is I saw Villa just win so many headers in that match, and United were very lucky not to concede one of them. David De Gea did make some good saves there.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure why they concede so many headers, or maybe it's just because Villa's great at crossing the ball, but I'm sure other teams are more dangerous than Villa in the box with headers and stuff like that.
Well, and then there's the penalty decision. Like, was it a penalty? Like, was
mean-
Pogba actually tripped? Did Pogba trip himself? I'll admit it was a bit soft, no doubt. But I know the commentators, the analysts post game, they're like, oh yeah, it was definitely a penalty. And there's people like, oh, that wasn't a penalty. It was so 50-50 for people.
it's
it
hard to
seems.
say.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think Douglas Luiz does clip Pogba, and then Pogba clips himself and goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
It was
kind
like
of
it's
unlucky
almost a
for
mutual.
Douglas Luiz, but
Yeah.
with the penalties that are being given this season, I think
Exactly.
They've all been.
And
Not
I'm just
all,
like,
but
I
most.
know it's, some hype with United at the moment, and I'll be honest, last two victories they're pretty lucky. But if you want to be in a title race, the title fight, you need to get some lucky results here and there. You got to grind those games, get those grindy goals, I guess.
One more thing. Bruno didn't do his jump on the penalty.
Yeah, he's getting a bit predictable on that one, isn't he?
Say he didn't do it.
But
what does
only
a
thing
jump
is-
do with a penalty? Matt, do you know what because you're good at penalties?
Fuck if I know, man. I guess he just feels like doing a jump. It's just his thing, I don't think there's any inherent benefit to jumping. It's like a stutter step. Well, maybe throws off the keeper.
By the way,
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, not topic, but did you see that stutter step penalty by that Japanese high schooler?
Nope. But I would love to.
He literally, from like David Luiz's range of David Luiz's penalties where he does a super long run up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy did that, except he went really slow and like did like high knees up to the penalty.
Jesus.
I don't know. People
He's just getting ready.
Things.
He's just working the knees,
Now,
getting them going.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with United being at the top and just poking at Lucas and whatnot, but I'm not gonna actually.
Wallace doesn't get to be here very often.
Yeah,
it's not first,
exactly,
but like
exactly.
he's close for once.
Yeah,
it's close for
still
once.
close, but then again,
He might
like,
not
a
be
couple
close for
weeks
much
ago,
longer either, so he's got to take advantage of the time while he's here. You know,
a couple
Man
weeks
City
ago,
is right behind you.
A couple weeks ago, people were saying, "Oh, are they title favorites? Oh, Chelsea, were they title favorites?" Let's just take it slow, okay? It's still early, and if we cross the finish line, we cross the finish line.
I was just gonna say the last match of the weekend is Everton West Ham, which honestly was just like a last minute winner.
Yeah,
by
I
Souček,
saw that.
which was just kind of like a lucky kind of just bounce right
It
through
was.
for an empty
You're
net.
not wrong.
So.
I think Everton were pretty unfortunate to lose that game. I thought Silva was playing great for them. Was it no Gomez? Andre Gomez. I don't know why I get them mixed up. He was playing really well for them. I thought he was a standout player, but yeah, West Ham got pretty lucky. Thomas Souček coming up clutch once again, and he's been very good this season for West Ham. So credit to him. I know Liam loves him, and yeah, and also
sorry, do you know what he said after the match?
I think go ahead.
He was talking about the Christmas schedule, and he said, "It was hard for me. Normally, I have 3 weeks off and eat a lot of potato salad in the Czech Republic."
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah. Also, just want to go back to the United Villa game real quick. I really like John McGinn, and I'd like to have him at United. I don't know if he'd play a lot, but I think he's a quality player. John
Bro,
McGinn.
you already have Donny van de Beek sitting doing fucking nothing. Can you just chill with the signings, yeah?
Let's just, yeah, we'll take Grealish along.
What do
so,
you need another midfielder for? Huh?
just,
Play Donny. How about that? Would you play Donny?
yeah, he's not ready.
No,
He's
he
not
probably
ready.
is ready. You just have Bruno Fernandes, who's not
Yeah,
gonna get off
anyways,
the pitch.
Let's move on. Premier League is. I mean, should we? There's some midweek matches that happened.
Let's
Anything?
quickly discuss it. There's not really.
There are a lot of draws.
Well, Lucas, your club is having some issues beating clubs like Newcastle. Can you explain that real quick?
I mean, we didn't score, man. What else can I say? We missed chances. Positive is that Thiago
Lucas
came
is
on
actually
last
just
15 minutes and
screwing
had a
with me.
masterclass.
When I see results like this, is what gives me confidence when we go up against you soon.
I mean,
Just a little bit. I feel like
I'm not.
You realize you're still playing Liverpool, right?
Yeah. I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm not worried about Manchester United. I'm more worried about Manchester City.
Okay.
That's
enough.
a good. That's a statement, honestly.
We'll see
That
about
one,
that.
that one hurt Walls just a little bit. Just a little bit.
honestly.
Nah.
He didn't know what to say to that.
Is Lucas, is Liverpool and Klopp ready for Bruno?
Yes, I would
Yes.
hope so. We've
I
done
don't
quite
know.
well
You guys
against
haven't
most of the
played-
top sides this season. I think we've only dropped points to Manchester City, which was a draw. I think.
Walls, you ready for
Okay,
Salah?
I'm just. Oh please, he'll just pocket him again.
Firmino's actually scoring, kind of.
Kind of.
Anyways,
more than
yeah,
usual.
no. I'm excited for, of course, Liverpool and United. That'll be fun. It's been a while since both our clubs have been at the top this close. So
Honestly, the midweek matches was just a lot of draws, except Leeds smashed West Brom 5-0, and United won 1-0. That's basically what happened.
Yeah. And then FA Cup is coming up
we
this
got-
weekend, but midweek was.
and
Well,
Carabao
before
Cup.
FA Cup, the League Cup, yes,
Good, Lucas.
was. Are you ready?
I'm very excited for this match. It'll be a good test for us to see where we're actually at. And
Please no 0-0, like
I
just
remember
boring ass.
last year when we took on City in the Carabao Cup and we just got absolutely embarrassed. So I'm not gonna hope that happens. That was without Bruno as well, so we'll see how things change. I hope we can beat them because, yeah, Man City sometimes can be either exciting to watch or boring to watch. So, yeah.
And there could
we
be
win.
a historic opposition in that final. Either Spurs could go on and potentially win their first trophy in a while, or Brentford could go to a cup final as a championship club.
Good. Brentford deserved to be in the Prem.
Good.
Fulham.
For those on audio, Greg gave was the double bird.
Oh, yeah, okay, buddy, relax.
All right, but
anyways.
So let's quickly, I guess, talk about La Liga since Barcelona has just defeated Huesca 1-0. Matt, reaction?
I'm underwhelmed.
And that is La Liga with Matt.
Good reaction.
I don't know what to do. You guys always ask me how I feel about Barcelona. What the fuck else can I say, ma? What else? What else can I say? We're average. We're so average, it hurts. The only thing we have that isn't average is Messi, and that fucker wants to leave still. So like, what do you want me to say?
Pedri.
At least Ousmane Dembele's back. Pedri's still sick.
At least De Jong scored for you. He's doing well, right?
Apparently, I heard a rumor that they want to sell him. I
Speaking
hope
of
that's
La
not
Liga
true.
right
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Just go get rid of all your young players. Yeah.
Like, fuck 'em.
On top of La Liga right now, Atletico Madrid's been they've been doing all right recently. Still, they beat Alaves 2-1, even though Alaves, not pretty easy result for them. Real Madrid's actually been performing very well recently. They're on a good run of form. They won, I think, 2-0, 3-0 recently as well. They're 2 points behind Atletico, although Atletico has played 15 games. Real Madrid's played 17. So
Yeah.
Real Madrid in the title race, even though people wanted Zidane out a month ago. It's weird how things change. Atletico has only led in 6 goals this season in La Liga. That's pretty impressive. Damn.
That's actually
Jesus
insane.
29
Atletico's
goals
been
for.
pretty,
Yeah.
very, very good.
Barca sitting comfortably in 5th.
And also, Diego Costa
Europa
has
League.
terminated his contract with Atletico Madrid.
Oh, yeah, Diego Costa, yeah, he's gone. I think that was due to personal reasons, though, I heard.
Yeah. Apparently, he
So-
can't join another La Liga team because then he'll have to pay Atletico Madrid. And he can't join a Champions League team because then he'll have to pay Atletico Madrid a high sum as well.
And for all the hype that Real Sociedad had at the start of the season, they've only had 1 win in their last 5 matches with 3 losses. So it's interesting.
Looking at Barcelona, like subjectively, I think we're gonna push it. I think, given the fact that we're 2 games behind, so we should be able to push into 3rd, maybe.
You should.
Oh, probably.
You say
Sure.
probably,
but
but like,
Villarreal though,
I don't
Villarreal's
know.
been playing pretty good football as well. I mean,
Good evening.
Unai Emery has really, Mr.
Evening.
Unai Emery is doing well at Villarreal, so watch out for them.
I mean, they have more draws than wins.
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on, I guess.
Bundesliga. Bundesliga's back.
Bundesliga is
Nothing,
back. Some great moments this
anything
weekend.
crazy, Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bayern beat Mainz 5-2.
Yeah, Bayern were down 2-0 at halftime, and then they just go on and score 5 in the second half.
Sounds like a Bayern thing to do.
The third goal was an
Yeah,
own
very
goal,
Bayern.
which was unfortunate for Mainz. But Dortmund, they also won 2-0. Jadon Sancho with a goal and assist. It was a tough match for both sides. A lot of good chances. But Dortmund, in the end, get the much-needed 3 points. And they need to get these results to eventually catch up to the sides near the top of the table if they want any sort of chance at the title.
I'm honestly just surprised Holland didn't score at this point.
I was gonna mention Leverkusen actually lost to Frankfurt.
Yeah, I watched that match.
that-
And have you seen Leverkusen's goal?
I did not. No.
Well, you should because it was incredible. Florian Wirtz, who's only 17 still, plays like a brilliant ball in behind the Frankfurt defense, and Amiri just like does this like weird like churn thing that it's like the ball was like stuck to his foot like glue, and just like nutmegs the keeper, and it's just great. I can't really explain. My explanation can't give it any justice really.
Yeah, it was a poor explanation.
That's okay. Thank you for that, Lucas.
okay.
Just go Google the goal, and you'll see what he's talking about. Anything else in Bundesliga?
And Leipzig defeats Stuttgart 1-0. I mean, Danny Olmo goal. I watched this match
Schalke
a little
lost.
bit. Wasn't the greatest match.
Well, Greg, what do you say? Schalke lost?
Yeah.
Man, no way. Shit.
Yeah, Schalke get a new manager. Still lose.
You nailed the Hertha.
I think they're
Yeah,
like
it's-
one loss away from like
That's-
breaking a record or something. Like,
They're so bad. So bad, dude.
I mean, let me see. Yeah, apparently they're close to breaking Tasmania Berlin's record of 30 matches without a win.
Yeah, they're currently, 15? 14 games without a win now.
No, they're at 30 in all. It's from last season. They're 30 games without a win.
This season. Dude, they're so bad. It's painful, bro.
So if they lose their next match against Hoffenheim, I think it is, then they are breaking that record.
That's just depressing.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do a career mode with this. Saving Schalke, bro. There you
Well, Schalke, they're a historic club and creating some new history. Well done.
And apologies to that one Schalke fan that
sounds
follows us that we always troll.
This phrase probably just, yeah.
He was in the live stream today, but then our live stream kind of cut out for a second there.
Anyways, let's move on to, I think, Serie A.
Yeah, Serie. I only got to watch Atalanta versus Sassuolo. Incredible
5-1. Wow, big. Yeah.
Atalanta are back.
Lots of high-scoring games.
Yeah, Atalanta are back. Ilicic, incredible. Duvan, just back into form. They're not missing Gomez at all right now. Some may call it the Ewing theory.
When do you learn how to pull that out of your ass?
Well, I've known about the Ewing theory. It's
okay. We'll explain it to the fans.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a basketball player called Patrick Ewing who played for the New York Knicks, and they never really had any sort of success. And then I can't remember if he got injured or if he left, and the Knicks started to do better in the playoffs. Obviously, they didn't really win anything because at the end of the day, it's
they don't
the New
win
York Knicks.
shit. So it's a pretty shitty theory, but
anyways, so they start doing better without him.
Yes,
the New York Knicks. Man, I could go on a long tirade about the New York Knicks, but this is a football podcast. I'm gonna leave it. Team is so bad. Cool.
Yeah, one of the reasons why actually Atalanta want to keep Amad Diallo is because of Gomez leaving, so they would think he can play a bit more in that position. So,
well, how much do they sell Diallo for?
I can't remember, but
wasn't it actually like a pretty decent fee?
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around this kid. We'll see how
they should be able to replace him with the money they get for selling Gomez and the money.
The main headline coming out of Serie A has been Ronaldo. He has overtaken Pele's official goal tally of 757. Cristiano Ronaldo was 758th goal.
It's crazy.
So I think
it's crazy that him and Messi are so close in goal scoring tallies.
He's now second in all time with the, let me see here, only Slavia Prague legend Josef Bichan.
No one's beating that guy.
Has scored more goals than any other player in history.
Isn't
his record?
I don't think it's possible to pass that record. It's fucking mental.
Well, apparently his record is 805 goals in 530 matches.
It's so dumb.
Because apparently, from what I read, he was a great player, but he played during a time during the war. I think during the Second World War, where most leagues were closed and a lot of players were in the army.
Yeah, 1931 and 1955.
But that's an insane record to break.
It's just, I don't think it's possible to beat that. Like, it's kind of crazy.
This tweet kind of sums it up perfectly. Lionel Messi surpassed Pele a couple weeks ago with most goals for a single club. Now Ronaldo breaks the record, second highest goal scorer ever. Two monsters that we have continued to be blessed with. So that's why we don't like to do that, like Ronaldo versus Messi.
I thought you were gonna do a dance move there.
No, it's just fucking embrace him, man. They're gonna be gone soon, and I don't think anyone's gonna really replace him for a long time.
No,
so fuck this Messi versus Ronaldo debate.
Enjoy. Don't hate.
They're both technically two different players, two different mentalities, so it's hard to compare them. Fuck. Sorry.
So
swearing.
Like we said, lots of high scoring.
Man.
Inter 1-6-2.
Yeah, Lautaro Martinez with a hat trick.
I mean, huge result for Inter. They're still in the title race. A lot of people are kind of sleeping on them, I feel, because Milan is still ahead of them by 1 point, and they're undefeated. A lot of people are thinking Milan. A lot of people are saying Milan's the best team in Europe.
Shite in the Champions League. Just so bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of people are. I've heard people saying, "Oh, Milan's the best team in the world right now."
I don't think that's the case.
I mean,
those are probably AC Milan supporters. They're doing really well. They haven't lost a match this season, which is incredible. But can they keep it up during the entire season? I hope so. That'd be a great story. But Inter Milan, they don't have any European competitions left, so I think they should be the favorites to win the Scudetto. And Juventus, well, we'll see.
Look, finally, a season where I don't think Juve is going to win the title because they are in 5th with 27 points. Milan has 37, Inter has 36. It's going to be tough for Juve to kind of climb back into that mix. So
Yeah, they have a game in hand. So they're about 7 points behind, assuming they win their next one.
And it is Juventus. Yeah, so they could still just be Juventus. Like, we're Juventus. We're going to win.
Napoli in 28 points, Roma 30. So it's tight in the Serie A. Anything else we should cover? Anything else we missed?
Apparently, in the Inter Milan match, Antonio Conte, after Vidal gave away a penalty, Antonio Conte screamed, "Arturo, play an F off."
Interesting. Wow.
What the fuck was that interpretation?
That was
Let me
aggressive.
take a moment.
That's
If you guys listen to
just
us on
Lucas.
if you guys
Guys.
listen to us on Spotify, I need you to drop a timestamp of when you did this, so they can come over to the channel and look at what you just did.
Did you guys hear about Andre
Unbelievable.
Gray?
No.
What about him?
Since lockdown started, Watford striker Andre Gray has held more illegal gatherings than he's scored goals.
It's a good statistic, honestly. Good for him.
It's pretty bad.
I think we should move on to questions. I guess Pochettino did officially get announced as PSG manager. We did discuss that last week.
Yep.
But I don't think we got Matt's thoughts. Matt, do you think Pochettino will succeed at PSG?
Only if he brings over Dele Alli.
Yeah. Let's see about that.
He said Mbappe's going to sign a new contract, though, which I doubt, but
Hey, if Mbappe signs a new contract, Neymar stays, you never know.
they should be fine, you know. Dele Alli comes
Champions
into the
League
mix.
could come.
What if
Yeah,
Messi
Champions
comes
League
in?
could come.
Imagine Dele Alli goes to PSG, gets a Champions League battle. You just flip off Tottenham the entire
Messi.
bus ride to Paris. Oh my
Messi,
god.
Mbappe, Neymar, Dele Alli behind them.
Okay. Let's get to questions.
Oh, it's so rough.
Starting with TikTok questions. Our first question, I think this one's pretty easy to answer. The best ref in history. It's Pierluigi Collina. Come on.
Oh, easily.
The man
That guy
was
looks
on
like
a
an alien.
FIFA cover.
Guy looks like
No,
an
it was
alien,
Pez.
Like,
but
yeah, he was the first referee to be on the cover of a video game. So that says, and a lot of players respected him. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real hate around him. How about Howard Webb?
No.
I mean,
Oh,
he's a good
okay.
guy.
Yeah, we'll leave that there.
But what about
Any others?
I think he's either Brazilian or Argentinian referee. He was at the World Cup final. He's just so tall. I don't know if he's that good of a referee, but he's just like has that intimidating factor to him.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I liked him a lot. He looked like he could be like a war general. I don't know why, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I
can't
will
remember
look
name.
up his name just to respect him. Nestor Pitana.
Yeah, the guy looks good baller.
I think there's a lot of Canadian-based refs, especially ones coming out of our region, that deserves a shout
Yeah,
out.
I don't know about that one.
I've had some.
What else am I trying to think?
I remember getting a yellow card for accidentally tripping up a guy, and it was my first foul of the game. And the referee's like, "That's reckless." I'm like, "I was trying to get the ball and I just missed it." He was.
Hey, we were talking about
There's-
best refs, not
there's
worst.
Oh my god.
There's one ref. There's
I
one
couldn't say
ref
it
that's
without
always.
breaking out.
There's one ref that referees almost every final. It's the Turkish guy, Çakir. I don't know how to say his last name, but you know what I'm talking about, the Turkish ref.
The other guy
Yeah, not a. I don't like him. Just he
The guy.
fucking sent off Nani in the 2013 Champions League match against Real Madrid.
Fuck, man.
Bullshit.
What's that
Wait,
one
somehow-
referee from FIFA?
Look.
Vincente Larrazaba. Oh my god.
Or Jurek
Fuck that guy.
Milderas. Jurek.
Yeah.
Yildiraz.
Fucking Yildiraz.
Yo, those guys go into contention for the worst refs of all fucking time. Holy shit.
Second.
Shocking.
Next question. The most dramatic and interesting Champions League match you've ever watched. For me,
This is easy.
I mean,
man.
I think recently, 2019 Champions League semifinals were insane. Both Ajax versus Spurs. I almost cried. My jaw was almost on the floor. It was that insane. I was pretty neutral, but I was like, this is amazing football. I love this. Anyways, yeah, continue.
I'm just trying to think.
La Remontada. Boom. Done. I've won.
When
Yeah.
When Barca came back against PSG.
Yeah, that one's pretty
Manolas!
nasty.
I almost cried. You want to fucking go with somebody? Huh? You
That
just
one
got
was
fucked
pretty
off
funny,
by
too.
Oh,
Atletico Madrid. Leave me alone.
No, that was dramatic though. Manolas, the Greek god.
Yeah, it was. That one was funny. I mean, 8-2.
I mean, that wasn't really dramatic. That was just shocking.
It was sad.
Yo, when we equalized early, despite the fact we didn't really fucking score it, I was like, yo, we might be able to do something here. Despite the fact
Honestly,
that
I
just boned us 3 minutes beforehand and then continued to bone us the remainder of the game.
The
But,
more
you
you
know,
think about the game, the more funnier it gets, honestly.
like,
honestly, probably gotta agree with Waz though. The Spurs Ajax game was absolutely
Yeah, I mean, Lucas
insane.
Moura winning in the final second of the game.
Don't forget the other one, but
Jesus.
I think we hurt Matt too much already. We won't mention.
whatever. I got one piece of victory to hold on to, and I'll hold it. At least I know my team has not fielded a lineup with Fabio Barini and Mario Balotelli at one point in time in their life. So
I feel like the
You-
Champions League
Just-
final,
come on,
Chelsea
just-
Bayern was a dramatic match, though.
is that the one where Didier Drogba scored the game-winning penalty?
Yeah, Drogba, he scored the goal, he conceded a penalty, but Czech saves the penalty, and then he scores the game-winning
Yeah.
penalty.
Corner taken quickly, Origi. Sorry, I just had to throw.
Well,
it
at
in.
least I get to watch teams in the Champions League. You bitch, fuck off. You're going to
Well, I was
the
gonna
FA
shout to
Cup,
the other one.
dick. God, what the hell are you talking about? Cheer for Fulham, okay? You would lose 8-2 to Bayern 2, yeah? You would. Probably.
I'd take an 8-2.
It's better than 11-0.
Bayern just always has these big
Alright.
wins against other teams. London teams, especially.
London is still red. All-time tweet from Aubrey. just
All right, next
just so bad there.
question. Day 12 of asking, who's the best defender ever?
I feel like we've talked
Yeah,
about this a
we
lot.
definitely talked about this. Maybe it was a YouTube question and we didn't post it onto
Yeah.
TikTok.
But not the best. The best defender ever probably has to be Franz Beckenbauer. Paolo Maldini, Cannavaro, probably one of those three. Carlos Alberto in the 1970s is pretty damn
the
good
thing is,
as well.
a lot of people, they tend to say Sergio Ramos, which I don't think
I don't
that's
think he's the best ever, but
I don't think that's a great answer because I mean defensively I think there's been
When you actually
many
talk about defender,
better defenders than him in my
I
opinion.
don't think Sergio Ramos is even Real Madrid's best defender of all time.
Who do you say it is?
I'll give it to
Probably Hero. Not a lot. They've had past the Cannavaro they've had.
I mean, yeah, defending. Yeah, I mean Ramos is definitely like
Nesta
been
was
one of the
damn
most
good.
important players for Real Madrid during that his era where they won those Champions Leagues, of course.
But
Yeah.
SC, I think Italy just had a lineup of damn good defenders throughout the years. I'll go to Beckenbauer or Maldini.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree.
It's hard to choose.
It's a
Because
pretty safe
Beckenbauer
bets.
kind of revolutionized. Yeah. And a lot of people saying Cannavaro because he won the Ballon d'Or.
I mean, I
next
think
question.
I'll give a shout to
Yeah,
Baresi though.
That Ballon d'Or was kind of suspect.
Yeah,
though,
Baresi,
to
yeah,
be
it's
honest.
Yeah, Baresi deserves a shout.
Yeah. This is an interesting question. We've got this a couple times. This is question 4. What's the most effective and important position in football? Ooh, that's a tough one. If
Effective
you
at
guys can
what?
think off the top of your head. I guess just most important position, do you think, in your opinion?
like if you had to pick a team, Matt, what would be like, and you had to pick one player, what would be like the first position you would fill, kind of thing. I'm kind of leaning toward like a center defensive midfielder.
I'd pick a really,
Someone that
really
can,
good
like-
box to box.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like someone that can just, you know, he can defend, and you know he can carry the ball up the pitch too, and like actually get it around. Right, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
I would probably choose a center defender because, at least one that can like lead from the back because, getting a great center defender who's a great leader, they can see the whole pitch compared to anyone else on the field from the back to the front, which I think that's important to have if you don't really have a good guy back there that can lead the team and also do his role well, then I think you would be in trouble.
Yeah, but you also need to score goals.
That's
The
true.
striker and a goalkeeper is pretty important. The goalkeeper is by far
they're
the
all
most important
important.
position on. Like, if you could have the best team in the world and have Kepa in net, you're fucked. But
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think because
Woz, what
at
do you
Liverpool had a great attack. It was great to watch, but they struggled in defense. Before they got Van Dijk, they conceded a lot of goals. Before they
Yeah,
got
but how much of that
Alisson,
how much of that is Alisson, not Van Dijk, though?
but
Things you gotta ask yourself.
well, it improved significantly when Van Dijk came into the club, and then it got even better when
So
Alisson came.
you always need a very good top center half. I mean, look at United.
Like this-
it's the saying that goes.
This
that, you know,
weirdo's team
defense
right
wins
here was
championships.
carried solely by their goalkeeper for like 2 seasons.
Yeah, the goalkeeper position, in my opinion, is kind of. I mean, if you have a shit goalie, it doesn't really give you a chance to win a game. You can leak goals all day, you know. And through my time playing fucking, football, soccer, I've had some shit goalies. To be fair, I've just been on some shit teams.
You've got some really bad teams, man. Like,
But it's always the goalie that was always kind of. We never could find a solid goalie.
or a side right back, center back, or left back.
Because if you're a good goalie, you're
Or
not
midfielder.
you're gonna be at a higher team, and no one at the lower levels
Yeah.
willingly wants to play as a
True.
goalkeeper.
What is some of the dumbest celebrations?
Cristiano Ronaldo used to grab titties every single time he scored, which back in the day was quite a lot. Scored a lot of goals. You don't remember that one where he kind of just went? I don't know if he meant to grab titties. I don't know if it was supposed to be grabbing titties or it was supposed to be something else. But it only ever looked like he was grabbing titties. So it was even in FIFA for a bit. And they just called it the bear. It's fucking bullshit.
I mean, whether you can call the players that do the Fortnite dances.
Oh
dumb,
my god!
I'd say that's pretty
Don't
dumb.
don't even start the fucking Fortnite dance.
Yeah, so I'd say that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll go with the Fortnite dance from Griezmann. I thought that one was just kind of immature, to say the least, and silly.
Don't say.
Especially in a World Cup final. I mean, Pogba, some players do the dab. Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? Why have to do the fucking L in a World Cup final? Disrespectful.
Seems quite triggered by that.
Yeah, you bring that up, I wanted to throw up when I saw that. I'm like, come on, bro. Could you imagine if Iniesta scores the win against the Dutch? He doesn't take off shirt, he just does an L.
I mean, it's Griezmann.
I mean,
it's not the most surprising thing from the guy.
No, I remember when I was talking with Big Pav about that the first time he was on the 90th minute. He said when he saw that, he really wanted to just take out his legs.
I mean, I did the
honestly-
Dwayne D. Rosario against the
Canadian
Peace
legend.
FC. Big up Dwayne. Probably one of my most iconic moments. That's a dumb celebration, though. I'm sorry, bro.
Here's a question for Matt, honestly. This is a good question I just found. I'm sorry.
If it's about Barcelona, I'm
No. This is for you. It's curated for you.
Great.
What soccer shoe is the best, or boot, football boot?
fuck, man. How the hell am I supposed
You
to?
have
I
a
only wear Mercurials.
Do you have a favorite?
I literally only wear Mercurials. That is it.
My opinion, I was always a big fan of Ronaldo's Galaxy boots he released a couple years back.
We're talking about
Unfortunately, never got a
colorways?
hand of them, to be fair. I guess, yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah, what actually looks nice compared to like what you actually wear and like what.
shit, man.
Feels
There's
good.
some, again, Mercurials. But my favorite one that I've ever had was like the what is it? I think it was like platinum lavender or some shit. And with like a plum secondary color. That was the sickest pair I ever had. I had a few of Cristiano Ronaldo's boots. I think my favorite one that I never got to have though, I think it was like 2017. I think it was the year before the World Cup, the Black History Month Mercurials. I think those were the sickest boots I've ever seen. I'll try and send Luke a picture and he can link it in the video. Oh man, those were crispy. So crispy.
When I think about football boots, I mean the T90s are always like nostalgic.
Oh,
to me
the
for some reason.
T90s. That's a throwback. Thank you for
Fernando
that.
Torres wore them. But recently, I mean, I don't know. I always like Predators for some reason, but
They're the World Cup year ones here. I'll send you the picture. They're
I've always
oh.
been a big fan of Messi's boots, cleats. I've always liked their designs.
you two questions though.
Yeah, I can read them out. I have a few already. What is the greatest moment you guys have ever witnessed live inside a football stadium?
I guess for
It's-
Waz,
I mean-
Greg, and I and Liam, it was seeing Zlatan score a bicycle
It's-
kick.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a whole lot of live games. I had the opportunity to, unfortunately, but I did go
Yeah,
to Camp Nou,
unfor-
so just being there was a big enough accomplishment for myself. So I'm just gonna say being there.
Yeah, Liam said that you nearly had tears.
So I was about to cry, bro.
He said he told us that he took you around his arm, gave you a talk saying he listed all these players. They
That was
stood
weird,
where you were
but-
standing.
That was weird, but I was definitely like, I was on that verge, you know. It was a good time.
Yeah. It's got to be Zlatan's bicycle kick. It was just...
I mean, I would have been there if you guys
It was
invited
wonderful.
me, but you know,
You weren't a part of the 90th minute then.
it's just like.
Sorry, what's the question again?
Greatest moment live and that you've seen live in a football
Oh.
stadium.
Oh, for me, easily when we went to LA to watch an LA Galaxy match. And, you know, of course, LA, they lose the game, but Zlatan scores a bicycle kick.
The thing about that match,
So-
there's fights going on as well.
Yeah, it was funny enough. Like, a lot of people don't think like MLS football is kind of, you know, the crowds aren't wild. There's fights going on in the stands. Like, Jesus, man, it was New England Revolution versus the LA Galaxy. I think it was the fans against the fan, like their own supporters. Like, what the hell's going on?
And then,
So-
and then yeah, there's people sitting around us though. They're like just complaining about Zlatan during the game. They left the game early and they missed the bicycle kick goal.
Yeah, because it was right at the end of the game.
Sure, you never leave a football match early, ever. Unless you're losing 8-2, then
Exactly.
you might fucking guess. Get the fuck out of there.
Guessing no one saw that in the stadium.
Abort mission. Oh, dude. I'll bet on halftime if I was watching that game. I would be so gone.
All right, so next question. What was the best Champions League in the past 5 years? So, like, the full Champions League.
I'd go with 2019. Even though the final was pretty underwhelming, I'd go 2019.
Yeah.
And my club was, yeah, I mean, we were in that,
That's,
and
I
we
think, what
beat
I
PSG, and then we got.
If the final was good, it would.
Yeah, because
Well,
I think it had everything. It had my club performing very well. We ended up winning it. We had upsets with Ajax defeating Real Madrid, Juventus, and nearly getting to the final. We had shocking moments. I won't mention them again. Yeah, I would have to agree with that tournament.
I'm gonna have to go 2015
Yeah, man, like it had
for no
it
particular reason.
there was a historic result from United being PSG in the last minute, luckily, and then we also had Messi putting United's defense on the floor again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
mean,
great times.
2015. What happened in 2015 other than that one match? Let me see.
I mean, we won it.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, no, that was MSN when MSN took over the world.
Oh yeah, that Bayern.
Then Real
that
Madrid
Bayern
took
match
over the.
aga-
Then Real Madrid took over the Champions League after.
Yeah.
So
That
was
that
the
Bayern
ga-
match was incredible, where Benatia was just schooled.
Jeez, that's a name I've heard in a while.
And you guys destroyed PSG in that Champions League. Jeez. Oh, Monaco too. Yeah, Monaco was in that as well. Yeah, I actually almost will agree with you, Matt. It's a close second for me.
It just has to be, you know. We are the show. We are the show. Even when we're on the opposite
And there's that
end of-
PSG
Alright.
Chelsea match where PSG, I think it was David Luiz got the game winner and just celebrated in front of the Chelsea supporters.
Jesus.
I know. I remember that. That was really bad.
And Barcelona embarrassed Manchester City too. Oh, I remember that as well. Or at least embarrassed James Milner.
Let me tell you how we
any
need to
other
get
questions?
MSN back.
Oh wait, no, I'm
Roll
thinking
back
about
the years.
Sorry, this is the wrong. I'm thinking of the wrong Monaco one. But Monaco did defeat Arsenal in that, and that was a big upset. So my point still stands.
What's the weirdest formation you've ever seen?
I can't think of one on top of my head.
The reason why it was brought up because like Spurs used like a 3-4-4 basically.
That's strange.
Against Wolves is what it says in the question.
Is that even enough? Do you even have enough players for a 3-4-4?
No, you don't.
That even
I guess
is that even
one with a
possible?
goal- one with a goalie.
So it was a 2-4-4.
Maybe.
Basically.
I mean, the only ones that are weird are for me is the ones when I read from a book talking about old formations where like
Oh
teams
god,
used
those
to
are
play.
fucking strange.
Like
remember
two
the
se-
what was the Christmas tree one? What was the Christmas tree one? It was the 3-4-2-1. 3-4-2-1. The shape of a Christmas tree. That's a weird formation.
That's like starting to become like more popular now though too, like that kind of stuff.
Well, 3 backs, but
Like
not
it-
that one.
But like with like a 5 back. That's what Fulham plays actually right now.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
it's working
like a
really well for you guys.
7-3-1.
We
Sorry.
conceded 2 goals in 4 games.
You could always do a 7-3-1.
Or you could do Liam's ideal formation, which is the 2
The 4-2.
however fucking many strikers you can put up on that pitch.
Yeah, at the
Play
last
defense.
minute of the game, you got it's just like a even when the keeper's up for the corner, basically, you got just 11 attackers.
So go for the 1-9. Boom. Hit him with it.
To 1-9.
Just one straight
1-9.
line of 9.
Do a 7-3-1, man. 7 defenders, 3 midfielders, 1 attacker.
You can't even do that.
That's,
I don't
you
think
can't do
that
that.
Thank God they can't, because that would be such a foot champs formation.
No,
Oh
you
my
can't.
God.
Well, you can do 7-3-0.
No.
Still a foot champs.
Anyways,
formation.
what else do we got?
I think we should wrap it up
I think
there.
that's
I don't think there's
Yeah.
very many other formations we can pick here.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this wonderful episode of the 90th Minute. If you're listening to this on audio apps or YouTube, thank you for making it this far. Congratulations, you're an amazing person, and we love you. Shout out to Liam, who couldn't be here. I hope he's doing well wherever he is in the world.
At work.
But yeah, don't forget
Work.
to, if you, just, share, like, comment, and once again, that was another week in the beautiful game, and we'll see you next time.